you for those beautiful words. In Ethics of Our Fathers, the sages of the Chabad make the following statement: Kol sheruach habriyos noicha himenu, ruach hamakam noicha himenu. All those found pleasing in the eyes of man are also found pleasing in the eyes of God. But isn't that rather strange, to suggest that the way one is perceived by fellow man is somehow an accurate litmus test for how he is perceived by God? After all, there are many superficial people pleasers out there, folks who are very capable of putting on a good show and pulling the wool over people's eyes. But the Almighty, who sees, hears, and knows all, there's no fooling him. So how then are we to understand this Talmudic statement? One of the commentaries explains that the operative word here is kol. The word kol means all, as in everything, always, constantly and consistently. Now it is true that you might be able to fool some of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Sooner or later, the true colors of a person will come to the surface. And if it's not kol, if it's not consistent, if it's not real, inevitably fellow man will come to see that too. So what the sages are saying is that those individuals who have the quality of kol, of being consistently liked, respected, and admired, are individuals that we can rest assured are likewise found pleasing in God's eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey and Dodie Katz are such individuals. Warm, friendly, kind, giving, caring, down to earth, lovable, and approachable. To know them is to respect them and admire them. Kol sheruach habriyos noicha himenu means that all people see it all the time. Whether it's Jeffrey's business associates, Dr. Dodie's students and colleagues, or the members of our Chabad community, when you're around the Katzes, you cannot help but be taken in by their warmth, their affability, and their profound dedication and commitment. How inspiring it is to see that they are raising their three beautiful children, Zevi, Noah, and Hadaz, with deep values, a sense of love to our treasured tradition and a love of Israel, not just by talking about it, but by living it. Friends, our sages got it right, and at the end of the day, true goodness is not all that difficult to spot. If it's there, and if it's real, we will know how to recognize it at its core. The character and actions of Jeffrey and Dodie are such that everyone out there can see it, at all times and in all places, and are therefore so very pleased to be around them. And that is why we can rest assured that God is pleased with them just the same. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the recipients of the Young Leadership Award, Dr. Dodie and Jeffrey Katz.
Ve'az kanomer ve'kal kanesher rotz katzvi ve'giver karari lasos ritzonavicha shabashamayim. Be bold as a leopard, light as an eagle, swift as a deer, and strong as a lion, to do the will of your Father in heaven. Young Leadership Award presented to Jeffrey and Doran Katz in appreciation of your friendship and devotion to the future of Yiddishkeit, enhancing the only Jewish experience. May 22nd, 2018, HC 15778.
Thank you so much. This is unbelievable. We're honored to receive the Chabad of Olney Young Leadership Award. Chabad of Olney has come to mean so much to our family over the past 5 years. We admire the great, tireless work of Rabbi Bensi and Devorah Stolik, who always lead by example. Whether it's on Shabbat or holiday services, adult education, children's programming, programming for senior citizens, holiday programming, a Shabbat meal, fresh baked challah, comforting the ill, helping in times of celebration and in sorrow. Rabbi Bensi and Devorah are always there, ready to lend their hands and their hearts to members of the community. Chabad of Olney has had the wonderful ability to unite Jews from across our community and to help everyone feel included and comfortable. Rabbi Bensi and Devorah, inspired by their mentor, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Zichrono Livracha, they see the potential of each and every one of us in the community to grow, improve, and be the best versions of ourselves.
Tonight, we celebrate 5 years of impact, friendship, and leadership. As we sit here tonight, we are just hours after the completion of the holiday of Shavuot. The day of receiving the Torah on Har Sinai is compared to the wedding day between Hashem and the Jewish people. Torah is therefore not only our marriage contract, but the essence of the marriage in and of itself. It is through Torah that we reach God and that our relationship is nurtured and sustained. If we are just coming off of the heels of our wedding day with God, well then tonight is a particularly appropriate night to come together in celebration, as we are in the week then of Sheva Brachot, the 7 days of blessing and feasting after a Jewish marriage. We're celebrating not only 5 years of Chabad, but we're also celebrating the renewal of our commitment to Torah and Jewish peoplehood here tonight. As Chabad of Olney moves forward into its 6th year, and God willing, many, many more, we ask you to think about how you will be more connected to the Jewish people, to think about what skills and talents you can contribute to our community in order to make our community even more vibrant. We ask you to think about what examples you want to set for your children about how to lead a Jewish life where Jewish identity will become a central component of their DNA. Ask questions, come and learn, come and grow. We ask you to take advantage of all that this community has to offer. We promise that Rabbi Bensi and Devorah will help you and will be there for you for whatever you may need. Mazel tov to everyone here tonight.
Thank you for those beautiful words. There was once a woman walking in the mountains when she found a rare and precious stone. Soon thereafter, she met another traveler who was hungry and quite distraught. The woman opened her bag to share her food with the famished man, but he turned her down. Apparently, he wanted more, so she took out a $20 bill. Still not. She offered all the cash she had. He still wasn't happy. He then pointed to the precious stone that she had just found. Oh, if only I could own a gem like that, how different life would be for me. The woman was so moved by the man's heart-wrenching plea that she gave him the stone on the spot, without question or hesitation. 5 minutes later, the man came running back and handed her the precious stone. He wanted more. Flustered, she told him, "That's it. There's nothing more precious that I have to give you." To which he responded, "I know how valuable that stone is, but I'm giving it back to you in the hope that you can give me something even more precious. Please share with me the secret of your giving heart." The recipients of tonight's Community Chesed Award, Harry and Star Zarin, are a couple who consistently exhibit this brand of compassion and selflessness. They are two of the warmest, kindest, most caring and hospitable people you will ever meet. If we buy some food and are left with some extras, we are all glad to share it to help another. The Zarins are different though. They will not give you from what's left. They will give you first and take for themselves what's left. There is something within this couple that enables them to do what they do. And I think if we can all walk away from this evening with the secret of their giving heart, all of our lives can be better of it. Is it any wonder that they are so committed to Chabad, an organization whose mission is to share goodness and kindness and the joy of Judaism with the greater Olney community? Is it any wonder that they are always available to selflessly give of themselves? All we have to do is ask, or more precisely, they will usually ask how they can be of help. Whether it's Star accompanying a fellow community member to the doctor to be a source of support, or Harry rolling up his sleeves to be Chabad's handy guy. Harry and Star, you are unique and you are special, and that is why we honor you tonight. Because beyond the wonderful things you do for this community, like that man up in the mountains, there's something even more precious we want from you. We want a little piece of that special something within you that enables you to do what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the recipients of the Community Chesed Award, Harry and Star Zarin.
Olam Chesed Yiboneh. The world is built on loving kindness. Community Chesed Award presented to Harry and Star Zarin in appreciation of your friendship, generous spirit, and tremendous dedication to reach every Yid in our community. May 22nd, 2018, 8 Sivan 5778.
I'm not nervous. When I first got the phone call from Rabbi Benzi asking how things were going, it was like a normal day. He and the Rebbitzin will call often, usually with a challenge for a new project that they think I'm interested in pursuing. But when he told me that Harry and I had been chosen as volunteers of the year, I was shocked, mostly because everyone who's from Chabad of Olney, who's in this room right now, is a volunteer in so many ways. And when he sent me the outline of the invitation, and it read Chesed, Volunteer of the Year, I have to say, I had another hanky moment, bursting into tears. For Rabbi had taught me in Kabbalah class about the 10 attributes of the soul, and Chesed was not only my favorite, but the one I could relate to the most. Chesed, loving kindness, a love that will never leave. Chabad is such an active group of wonderful friends who become close very fast as we are building our membership in our 5th year. We may have 90 people at Pesach. Deborah always says, I'm going to go ahead and make 60 name cards, and then she goes, I need 95. Okay. Anyway, and 2 weeks later at Shul, we may have 12 people, but we are all committed to the essence that Chabad brings us joy. And we all introduce ourselves and we become friends lovingly and naturally and very close. So when the rabbi or Rebbitzin calls me and asks if I am up for a challenge, they always say, if you are not up for it, we will think it's fine, we will think no less of you. We understand you may not be able to help at this time. It is perfectly fine to say you cannot. But let me tell you, accept their challenges. for by accepting the challenge, be it delivering matzah on the matzah runs, writing notes, thank you notes from the rabbi after generous donations people have sponsored for Kiddush luncheons or First Fridays, or my favorite, the Yard Site Project. And I'd like to also say that Chabad of Olney has reached down to Williamsburg and Norfolk, Virginia. For example, my beautiful mother, I don't want to tell you how old she's going to be, but a year and a half, she's going to be 90. Mom, stand up and let everybody see how gorgeous you are. Why do I say that? Because people say I'm going to look like you. Anyway, you're welcome. My beautiful mother, who's traveled to get here because my generous sister, a founding member of Chabad of Tidewater, drove 4 hours at least to get here. When I told Mom about the Yard Site Project and said, and Mom, we're sending in the mail beautiful candles and a letter from the rabbi, and I'm making a magnet card as a reminder, Mom said, if you don't have that many each month to send, why don't you just deliver them in person? And so, with the rabbi's blessings, that's what we did. And that is where I experienced my first mitzvah moment. I have to tell you, I've worked in the school system for 35 years, and I've had a lot of joy and a lot of experiences working with my children, some of whom don't know sign language and acted as their mentor, but I never connected it as a mitzvah moment because Hashem wasn't with me. And when I delivered this lovely bag with equally lovely expressions of Yard Site for one man's mother, he was moved to tears and told me all about her and how much this visit meant to him. I believe somehow Hashem got me back into my car because I remember floating to it, and I remember pulling out of his driveway and having to pull over to the side of the road because I was full of tears, and they were tears of joy. For I realized that a mitzvah is not just for doing a good deed for another person, it is also to fill your own godly soul with love for humanity. It brings you one step closer on that road to Hashem's all-loving kingdom, where Hashem wraps himself around your heart and soul. And that is Chabad. Like my sister says, your journey is different from everyone else's, and there is no rush. Chabad doesn't judge. We are just happy to have you with us. And thank you to my cherished daughter, who has been a part of my incredible transformation by just letting me be me and being happy for me and never judging. Thank you so much, Rabbi Dempsey, and my dearest friend, Rebbetzin Devorah, for this tremendous honor. The rabbi has taught me that God has the ability to change the world every second and every moment, and I will cherish this moment forever. Baruch Hashem.
So Rabbi shows up at our house one day with Gala, and he's passing out in the neighborhood. We never met before. So of course we invite him in, we sit down, we chat, we get to know each other a little bit, and shortly after that started saying, well, that's where we're going to start the services. So I learned after almost 34 years of marriage when to say yes and when to say no. Needless to say, here we are. And when the rabbi asked me to write a little bio, and he
to them, just tell us a little bit about yourself. I started reflecting on what I've done over the years, what we've done, and being of service to others is just a piece of who we are. And it just feels like that's the right thing to do. It's what I do with my job every day. I go to college. So when the rabbi calls and says, I need you to come over and help us build a sukkah. I said, okay, I like to build with tools. I know how to use them. And I come over and we build this sukkah. And I did the chainsaw to cut down the hedges. And he's smiling from year to year. And it's just what we do. We enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's very easy. So take a little time out of your life. You go to other people. You'll feel good. It's very nice.
All that we have accomplished thus far, and we have so much to be proud of, is only thanks to you. You who share our vision, you who are sitting in this room, our Chabad Shares investors, and the dozens who so graciously volunteer of your own time to enable Chabad to perform the miracles that it does. We must see to it, though, that our greatest achievements are still in front of us. There are so many more children out there that need a Jewish education. So many more families that need that sense of community and connection. And so many more people that need to be helped. Our children cannot wait. They are only children once. And this is their one and only chance for us to give them the education they so desperately need. Chabad is committed to continue to invest in top-notch Jewish educational experience so that our youth, the leaders of tomorrow, are empowered and inspired. And we need to be able to accommodate every child who turns to us, irrespective of their family's financial circumstance. We ask that you take a moment to consider a generous pledge toward our scholarship drive. Do it for our Kinderlach, do it for our future. Before you do, we have an exciting announcement and challenge. One of our honorees, State Delegate Ben Kramer, has pledged to match whatever is raised for our scholarship drive tonight, dollar for dollar, up to $5,000. Please help us reach our goal. If you can give $1,000 for a full Hebrew school scholarship, $500 for a half scholarship, $100, or even $18. We need all of us who can to participate. On your table is a large white box. There are also these pledge cards that look like this. You can either put a check into the box, write a credit card number on the card, or simply write your name and a pledge, an amount for your pledge. Please open your hearts and donate and give generously. Thank you.